Oh, good day. Well, I just stand here at the front of the Coles. I just stopped there. I had to race down because I quickly needed to get my nut mix. My special Bushtralian Jim proprietary nut mix, which is a special mix of the vitality mix, the antioxidant blend, the raw power, and the super boost. You get that supermarket there in the background, you know, and because if you've got to go into the city and you need to activate in the city, or you need to activate. What am I activating? These aren't activated. I'm an activator. I just activate. I am activated. Right. No, I was in there activating the will to be vibrant to my man Sam in there, Sam the man, and I've been coaching him every time I come in, and he's got attention customers in the store now, clothes, blah blah, and I've got to get across to him and go, what are you bothering for, mate? What are you bothering for? Develop a bit of rapport over time, and you know, then of course it's a local and coming in and based in this part of this wonderful world. And I was to say, like, if you're going to be doing this, mate, then you know you got to be getting something from it, as well as giving something. You're giving nothing, but you're giving it to yourself, you know. So, what are you doing, mate? Oh no. So, attention, customers. The store is now closing. We would like to thank you for our custom. We would like to let you know that we value you and we appreciate you as customers, and we want you to have a very safe and merry trip home. And enjoy your life with your family and come back and buy more stuff from us tomorrow and next week and next month and next year. Thank you very much for considering, and please leave our store now after paying for your goods. Good night. Thank you. Once again, thank you for your custom. This is Sam. Good night. And he's working quite well to get somewhere along those lines, you see. And so anyway, it got me thinking about, you know, like, what's going on? You know, what was that all about? Why is it? You know, it's like, well, I was standing here, just outside the door. I got a bush bike here, I raced down, you see. So I got a bit of a problem, I just got a bit of a close look at myself, maybe a madman underneath, potentially. Because, truth is, I'm going to get real and Bushtralian Jim vulnerable. You know, the Bushtralian Jim vulnerable, something I've got to look over here. I can't look at you. Yes, I can't look at you. I can't look at you. Can't look at you. The truth is, I had to come down here. I realised what the time was. And I was doing something. And I was very engaged. And then I sort of got that done. And then I was going to do these other things, give the dogs a run, and do this and do this and do this. And then I realised what the time was. And then I realised. I don't know if you heard me there. There was a bit of noise there. I'm saying I got to this real pertinent point, right, of peace. Peace within myself. And then I realised I was about to run out of tobacco. And I didn't necessarily want it at all, but I knew that if I did not have it, I could turn into some kind of madman. Overnight, a madman. I could turn into a madman. And I said it to the dogs. I said, look, I've got to go. I was about to give you a run. I'm about to give you a run, but I've got to go. I'm sorry. I've got to go. I'll be back in a minute. And so they couldn't understand. And suddenly they understood. They realised that they've seen it before. Elvis knew. And so that's what I come here for, but I needed nuts as well, so that was the double extra, because otherwise, what am I going to go and eat? I'm going to go and see Gennaro now. Well, not now. See, I called Gennaro and I said, look, I'm going to come down and have something to eat, right? But first of all, like, well, I'll be down there later, right? So even if you sell out, just save some dough for me. A little bit of dough. Save some dough, because I was trying to get the secret out of how to make the dough. And it turns out it's just flour, salt, and water. And he makes a new one every 3 days. Well, what's the point of that? I thought it was some secret thing. But it turns out it's not sourdough. So a bit of a miscommunication there, lost in translation between Italian and Australian and Nepalese. And anyway, a bit noisy. But good to hear people having a good time, isn't it? School holidays here in the city. No such thing as school back where I come from. But the reason why I'm loitering here now is not just to be talking to you and sharing something. Well, it is, but then I'm going to go and get in the bin, you see, over there. But, you know, like, what's the point? Why bother doing anything? I was saying to old mate up there, to Sam, I was saying, and he's a really nice bloke. No, he's really nice bloke. He's a good manager. And I didn't tell him I'm about to go get in the bin, but I'll change my appearance. See, I've got these dirty clothes I'm about to put on, and then go climb into that dumpster over there, because you can't get the food out of it unless you climb into the bloody thing. I tried all these different kinds of things, trying to do the Bushtralian Jim special innovation of everything, and I tell you what, pain in the ass. You've got to stay clean, okay? Because I've got to be clean, so I'm wearing clean clothes. There's a dirty shirt, but I put that on for this specific reason. And so, yeah, he probably wouldn't recognise me. But anyway, it doesn't matter because, so you can see I've got my food for myself, and then to get the organic tobacco, because just in case I feel like having a smoke, then if I don't have it, then suddenly there's a big risk of becoming a madman. And you don't want to become a madman in the middle of the night in a city, because then you'll go out and you'll like buy a packet of cigarettes from a service station or something like that. And yeah, if anyone sees you, they'll think you're weak. They'll think you're weak. You know, I think you're an idiot to start with because you're smoking something other than organic tobacco, and they'll see you're weak. They'll think you're weak. You're either stupid, you didn't think ahead, or you're weak. And not that really matters, but you know, it's just a bit of running joke. You know, like you can't be standing outside toilets where there's mainly women standing there waiting in line. Even if you've got to do a number two, because people will think that you're just standing there to take number one, and no, they wouldn't be thinking that. You're thinking you're a man who needs to sit down to piss. Just saying. So you've got to leave. You've got to get out of there, go and find another toilet somewhere else. Plus, I don't want to stand there waiting. I need to go. So anyway, what's the point? See, I can restrain myself and not have all these facial expressions, but what's the point of that? What's the point, you see? What's the point? I've tried fitting in for a very long time. And I can fit in. I'm fitting in now. This is actually my Clark Kent. I'm being Clark Kent right now. Now, the thing is, why bother? I'm busy doing stuff. I don't have time to be doing this. Why am I going 7 minutes, 54 seconds? Because, I suppose those people are very well dressed. They might feel dirty if I go and park up this thing up there and climb into that bin down there. So, I just said that there in front of that other manager to come out there. That was a serendipitous moment as the other manager walked out of that door and it went click behind him. I said, climb into that bin over there. I don't know if you heard that. I'm sure you would have heard the word bin over there. So not that he cares, but you know, that's another point. That's what this is all about. You see, like, be who you are and be what you are. If you're in the dark, then you're in the dark. Don't pretend you're not. Don't get yourself stuck in a corner, though. And if you're out on the road, in the middle of the street with no lights on, then at least act civilly. If you're on the wrong side of the road, then be on the wrong side of the road. Don't ever stop on the yellow line. And if you do, be very aware that you stopped on a yellow line. Especially when you're in the city. You only really find these yellow lines in the city, normally. So, let me go over there. So, you see, this is my Clark Kent. Clark Kent. Now, the first point I want to finish off there, I was trying to make a few different points, but the one point I want to make is we're communicating with people. We're getting the message across to people all the time, every single time that we say something. Otherwise, we're just talking. Talk less, say more. Or talk as much as you want. If you're talking, don't expect anyone to listen, though. And if you're saying something, don't expect anyone to listen, but put it out there so that if it is listened to and it's considered, then you might have a more congruent reality and creation of yourself in life. And if you're going to do something, then at least have some life in what you're doing. No matter how bad things are, no matter if things are bright, you've got torch, you make some good art for you. Here you go, No matter if things are bright and you're on the sunny side of life and everything's all great and doing wonderful things and everyone's being wonderful too, you're having a good time, you've got plenty of money and you've got everything you need, and you know that you don't know when you're going to die, and that's the only thing that you don't know, and you don't really care about that because you know you're going to die in peace and you're going to be a good death and everyone loves you and you love everyone and everything's great. Or things aren't going so well for you. You're not really having a good time. Maybe it's a bit hard to work it out. Maybe you don't really know what's going on. It's exciting. Maybe I don't really know what's going on at all, but I'm green with envy. I learned how to have some kind of power over myself in the world. I can do this. Bet you can't do that. Can you do that? Now, so, what's this all about then? Well, the point of it all is that if you're as good looking as me, it's your obligation to put yourself out there for people to look at. I mean, like, what a mark of beauty this one is here. I can't believe how good looking I am right now. I think people must think I'm strange over there. And I am strange, so why try to be something different than strange? And I'm a stranger to somebody all the time. All the time. People say, you look like a stranger. I am a stranger. People say, oh, I thought you were a stranger, Bushtralian Jim, and I am a stranger. Don't you get it? I am a stranger. We're all strangers here. What's this gonna look like? I'll put it on my nose. I'm a really strange Bushtralian Jim. Should I be giving you an astrology update in this particular what's this called? I'm trying to inspire something deep inside people. I'm not trying to be an inspiring person. I'm trying to inspire the spark, as in inspiration, like inspire, like breathe in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Because I turned up there out of breath. Because I pumped it, you see, the irony of pumping it hard and cardiovascular exercise or respiratory exercise in order to get yourself down there to buy the tobacco. And then, you know, he's been doing so well. I was actually really sad for him to hear his voice coming through. He was dealing with some customer out the front there. But then when I heard him say, attention customers, this is the final thing, I was like, what is going on with him? You know? And so I had to track him down, saying, lucky coming out the front there, because I was bike there. And I had to track him, I had to say to him. And he's a very considerate man, Sam. He listened to me. He listened. He said, you know, he listened. I didn't gasp response, but he took it on. He listened. And he said, and this is a big point, you see, and it got me thinking about, like, well, that come out of me, so I might as well say it to the world, you know. Might be a very Luciferian thing to do. Well, I'm a bit Luciferian. I've just had this massive insight, and the world needs to hear my knowledge, my insight. That's why he got kicked out. That's why he used a flaming sword to get him out of there quickly before he kept saying stuff. Look, you can work it out for yourself. You're God too, you know. You work it out for yourself. You see, so that's why they kicked him out. A Luciferian thing to do, to have this insight and then go and share it with everyone and impose it on them. Yeah, that's right. But this is what I feel like I'm doing here. Like, I felt like I should say something out there to the world, because I had this inspiration coming to myself from interfering with this other fella's reality. But the thing is, I reckon it's actually because I was interceding. You see, he was interfering in mine. Probably because I previously interfered with his, but yeah, it's just interceding, you see, because if somebody interferes, or if you interfere in somebody else's reality, then they can intercede into your reality through the same opening, you see. So that's what I'm doing here as well. I hope I'm not intervening in anyone else's reality. You're playing along with this. You're getting your own artistic interpretation out of this. I do hope. Then you that one is a bit of a. I want to make you feel. Yeah, so like you get this what is it? I just forgot how to say it. Actually, I'll tell you the truth. This is I was going to pretend just then that I knew what but the truth is I've actually forgotten. Now that I've got to say is a vulnerability mark of cortisol stress build-up, and it's kind of a bit like rambling and stuff like that, but it's cortisol, right? It's not clearing the cortisol byproducts from your brain and body whilst you're sleeping and meditating well enough. Like you're not doing enough, like too much stress and too much adrenaline and too much of the byproducts of that being still sitting there, not being dealt with, okay? And that becomes like the priority, so you can't replenish. And then it's also probably the nuts and seeds and stuff. They're running myself real lean, so that's the thing when you gotta have the right kind of nutrition. And in the city, I basically just have a handful of nuts every few hours. A special Bushtralian Jim nuts and seeds proprietary mix. And I could have the bow, I haven't really have the bow, it's right there. But yes, no, nuts and seeds. You know, it actually is real good for you. It's real good for you. And it comes out the other end real healthy, like, you know. Helps it all move along, you know what I mean? So, whatever I was saying before comes down to the thing about whatever you're doing, you get across. You get across something that's worth living for. Right now, is this what you're watching worth living for? Maybe. And if it is, then that means that my legacy has gone somewhere that means that I can't go mad. Madder than what I am. Because somebody gets it. That's sort of what I'm sort of suggesting about the geniuses in the past. I went mad. Not that I'm calling myself a genius. I've been called a genius by many people, and someone's sort of saying to me, you know, like, he's the only bridge between me being a genius and a total nut job. And I go, well, thank you very much. Can't pay the ferryman though, see. Now, I'm having a psychic premonition. Yeah. Now, the thing is, I've got better things to be doing. But there's no point saying anything at all. There's no point doing anything. Unless you're going to do it with an earnestness and a sincerity that you're getting something across. You're doing something, you're sharing something that's worth sharing. It's worth being the best that you can be. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be wiping your own buttocks, or it could be wiping somebody else's buttocks. And maybe they don't even know who you are anymore. They don't even remember who you are. You know, you make sure you wipe their ass properly, gently, with dignity, the best that you can. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I'm taking way too much time out of my life to say something, but I'm saying it because I got an inspiration, okay? So I was inspired, and then I was motivated, and I found that I was already just sitting there outside the door because I got out the door, right now they're here, closing time, and then I was eating Turkish delight. That's what happened. And the nuts. one piece of tertiary line and then get in nuts and seeds. I don't really need them now. I need them for later on tomorrow, and I'll keep sustainability, you know. But the thing now, I remember what I was saying, and I'm glad I did. I want to come back together. So I'll just wrap it up real quick. I was saying to Sam, the man Sam, I was saying to him that, you know, like, why bother getting out of bed for anything if you're not even going to do these basic little things? And the thing is, we're talking to people, we're in communication, you've got to get a message across. You want people out here, so, but, you know, like, that's what I've said in the past, but I was just making it real clear, like, you communicate, and why do you even bother getting out of bed, even if you're having a bad time, like, whatever you're flat, anything, like, you see me, I come in here out of breath, so the only thing that there can be is something going in. So I'm like, attention, customer, it's closing on, it's really time to evacuate the building as it clears the exit nearest possible without setting on any further alarm. Please get out of the building now. I'm assure you, people are going to drop their groceries and run, you know? You don't care if they buy their stuff or not, you just want them out of there. Make it sound like you're asphyxiating on gas. People will leave the place. And so I didn't actually mean to sound like that, but you know, you just got to throw that kind of stuff in on top. You know, what's the point? Because I've got this thing about humour might be the very purpose of life itself. You know, I thought it was love all these years, but maybe humour is the very thing. It's just something I come up with talking to my dear friend and old friend before. And so, yeah, maybe humour is the reason for creation to exist and for consciousness to exist. Humour. How about that, hey? Because you never lose your sense of humour. I never did. And I've been through a lot. That's why I'm still Bushtralian Jim. And the thing is, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're dying or whatever, having a real bad death, or a good death, dignified, whatever going on, you're dying, it'd be so inappropriate for someone like me to turn up and then just say something about the environment. You know, I love the tapestry, you know, so it really matches your eyes or something like that. You know, and then whatever, you know. Or like, you know, have you ever tried to explain to a deaf person what a sunset sounds like in real time? And, you know, say that to someone who's dying. Thing is, we get to the point about 20 minutes before we die, we all apparently realise that we've missed the point. No matter what we've achieved, we kind of basically just missed the point, okay? So that's what this is all about. The only place that you can possibly miss the point is here and now. Right here. That's where. Right in there, you see? If you don't get it, come on here, see that in there? See that? That's my heart. That's my heart. The tongue is rooted in the heart, right? The tongue is rooted in the heart. And if it's coming from your heart, then that's the same energy that got you out of bed, right? That's the same energy that made me race down here to get the organic Manitou tobacco, just in case I need to adapt to the city vibration a bit more and just keep smoking. So because of smoke, because I don't want to advocate smoke, but I'll be vulnerable to truth. That's the reason why. Like, I need to have my vices, otherwise I might go mad, or people might perceive me as bad. No, the thing, I might upset someone. I might be a bit coarse and brash. I might be short-tempered. I might no bugger, fuck, something like that. You see, I don't want to be like that around people, especially not my dogs, especially not children. Now I've got that across. Now I feel like I can wrap this up. But the thing is, the reason why is inspired is because something come out of me. I said to Sam. I said to Sam. I said the whole thing, like after going on a bit about because my transaction up the front, it took a little while, you see, and he was busy. The thing is, he's busy. We've delayed over time because he's busy. He's dealing with some customer having some problem, and she's not satisfied with the result. And like, he can't do anything about it. It's like he was already escalated yesterday. What are you going to do? You know, it's 9 o'clock. Come on. And so I raced off and grabbed other things. I had to wait for him. And then it's really slow. Mate, you got to have that vibe, you know. So you look at me, I come in here, you know. Like, you don't know what's going on in my life. You see, I've got nothing, so it's coming in, and then you got something at least. You're getting something back, but it's coming in, you know. And then you give them something by it, you're coming in, you see, because we're in it together, you see. And then so the thing is, like, otherwise, what are you getting out of bed for? You know, for anything. If you're not giving it to that, you're the one who's got to live with yourself. Did you give your best? You know, like, you're letting that whatever that was affect you and you've been down low, doesn't matter, mate. Doesn't matter. Here's your opportunity to make somebody else feel like this world that they're living in is a really beautiful place, just like the stars are. You know, so, attention customers, I love you so much, and I'm gonna sing to you until you exit the building. Something like people are gonna vacate the premises pretty quickly. So you know, put your heart into it, mate. Put your heart into it. Otherwise, what are you bothering getting out of bed for? And the thing is, Stan, the thing is, mate, you know, like, it doesn't matter who you are and what your thing is. Hopefully, you know, if you've got a good life, then you've got that thing going on, so you've got that real integrity, and then you don't even need to get out of bed sometimes to have some of the best experiences that this life can offer you in this human body, in this planet, is because somebody is climbing into bed with you. And let's say, like, you wanted to be there. That's under the context that you want them to be climbing into bed with you, and you want them to be there. And so I always make sure that I throw my swag out somewhere where it can be seen by the right people, if need be, if you know what I mean. And look, and then you go finish it off there with love. Loving heart for loving you. Have that one for free. I'm going to go climb into the bin now, fill up this bag, and then probably get some other stuff, and then go and drop it at 3 other housing commission apartment blocks on the way back to the dogs over at the depot. So yeah, and it's just been thrown in there. It's clean, fresh. We throw away enough food every day from Coles and Woolworths alone to feed the entire population of New Zealand every single day. Have that one for free. Cheerio.